Hello, my name's Sharon and my channel is Budget Crafty Mama. Today I'm going to be showing you how I dehydrate strawberries and grapes ready for going in Tums in snack bags and into her granola and things like that. Okay, I'll reposition the camera and then we'll get started. Right, as you can see, I've already cut the green bits off my strawberries and put them in some water to soak. I'm also going to be doing some more grapes because we seem to go through quite a few of these. Tamsin loves to just snack on them as well. So I've picked through all these and taken all the stalks off and picked out any that are a bit too soft, and I'm just going to put these in some water to soak while I deal with the strawberries. Right, so first what I'm going to do, I'm going to drain some of the water off these strawberries, and I'm just going to slice these strawberries like this. Now sometimes I'll buy the little tiny strawberries and I'll dehydrate them whole, but these ones I just tend to slice into 1/4 inch thick slices. I've picked out all the ones that are a bit soft and soggy. And I'm just going to keep slicing all these up until they're all sliced up. I'm just sort of doing them and just under sort of a quarter of an inch thick. Right, so as you can see, I've got all my strawberries chopped up and in this large bowl, and in here I've got about 6 cups of water, and to that I'm just going to add some citric acid. You could just use lemon juice, but it works out very expensive, and I think I paid about £5 for this tub, and I've been using it over probably about 18 months, 2 years, and I'm not even halfway down. I'm just going to be adding half a teaspoon of this to the water. You don't need very much of this at all. And then I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir, just to make sure it's all dissolved. And then I'm just going to add that to the strawberries. I'm just going to make sure the strawberries are all sort of separated out so that they're getting a good soak in it. Now, they need to be left for 10 minutes to soak in that solution, and it's not harmful in any way at all using the citric acid. It is just the same as using lemon juice, but I find that it does work slightly better, and what it's going to do is it's going to retain the colour. Without it, your strawberries would go sort of brown looking. They'd still be just as edible, but they'd look a bit brown. So while that's soaking in there, I'm going to start preparing some of my grapes. They've been soaking, so oh, there goes one. I'm just going to cut them in half and stick them in this bowl. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to slice them lengthways, like that, and put them in the bowl. And that's all you've got to do with these. But as you can imagine, it's going to take quite a long time to do all of these grapes. So I'll carry on with that, and I'll come back when I've either finished the grapes or I'm ready to process the strawberries. Right, so I've finished chopping up all the grapes, and the strawberries have been soaking for, I'd say, a good 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So I'm just going to drain those off now. And then I'm just going to lay them on the dehydrator. I'm just going to put them on, and I'm just going to space them out. You don't really want them touching too much. You want to leave a lot of air between them. If you over cram it, it'll take much longer for them to dry. And that's plenty on there. A few more on there. And I'm just going to be filling them like that. And while I'm doing them, I'm just going to take that out of there. I'm just going to empty the grapes into that big bowl. And I'm just going to do exactly the same thing for the grapes. I'm just going to add, I know roughly where it's about 6 cups in this bowl. I'm just going to add about 6 cups of water. Dry my hands. And again, I'm just going to add about half a teaspoon of the citric acid into there. Now, both of these dehydrate, the dehydrator temperature should be between 55 and 60. The strawberries take about 8 to 12 hours to dehydrate, but the grapes will take between 24 and 30 hours to dehydrate. So I put them both in at the same time, and then I'm just going to tip this water with the citric acid in with the grapes, and again leave those to soak for about 10 minutes while I carry on doing these strawberries. I'm just going to finish doing these strawberries and put them in the dehydrator, and then I'll come back and show you what I do with the grapes. Right, so that's my strawberries all done and put in the dehydrator. I managed to do 3 trays. So I'm just going to do the grapes now. I'm going to do the same again, just drain them off. Now if I was going to be doing a couple of batches of grapes, I wouldn't tip the water away, I would just reuse it, but I'm just doing this one batch. Oh, and I'm just going to pop, I've got these other things on because some of the grapes might go a little bit small and fall through these holes, because the holes are a reasonable size on it. So I've just got these little like mesh things, they're for doing like really small stuff. So if I was doing blueberries or something like that, I'd use these trays. You don't have to be too pernickety about these, but now about halfway through the drying time, I like to just turn them over. So I will probably sort of first thing in the morning, because it's quite late now, first thing in the morning I will turn these over. And then I just find they dry a little bit better. Right, so that's one tray done. I'm just going to keep spreading these out, and I'll bring you back when I've finished. Right, so as you can see, I've finished traying them up. So I'm just going to see if I can redirect the camera to the dehydrator. I'm not sure I can. And I'm just going to pop these trays into the dehydrator along with the strawberries. So So I managed to get a full dehydrator here with just 2 trays of two punnets of grapes and 2 punnets of strawberries. I'm just going to leave that for about 8 to 10 hours. I'm going to check them halfway through. The grapes are going to take a bit longer, but the strawberries should only take about 10 hours usually in my dehydrator, 8 to 10 hours. So I'll check them halfway through and give them a bit of a turn, and I'll bring you back when they're ready. Right, so as you can see, that's the strawberries done. Can you even see them? They go extremely thin, but they smell absolutely gorgeous. Now I've taken these out of the dehydrator and I've left them on here just to cool down. They don't take very long, strawberries, to cool down, but you don't want to put them in the jar when they're still warm because they'll sweat. So these are nicely cooled, so I just store them in a jar. If I was making these in a big batch like I did in the summer, I went and picked a load of strawberries and I had about 4 or 5 of these jars full. I would vacuum seal them, but these are going to get used almost immediately. They'll probably be gone in a couple of weeks. So I usually just fill the jars up. And what I love doing, the reason I love doing strawberries is they make your house smell so lovely when they're in the dehydrator. Your whole house smells of strawberries. It's like a really strong potpourri. So as you can see, they've kept their colour beautifully, and it doesn't look very much, does it? Because that's, you know, sort of 2 whole punnets of strawberries in there. But I think they're brilliant, and if you struggle getting children to eat fruit, these are great because you don't have to get them to eat a lot to have had quite a bit of fruit, to be fair. So I keep those, and I'll normally make up snack bags for Tamsin with dehydrated apples, bananas, strawberries, sometimes pineapple, kiwi, whatever I've got at the time. If we're going out for the day, rather than, you know, sort of taking sort of snack bars or chocolate bars or things, I just make up a few of these little snack bags, and she's got a healthy snack for while we're out. So those are the strawberries done. I'm still waiting for the grapes to finish. I'll come back when the grapes are finished and show you what I do with those as well. Right, so as you can see, grapes are all finished. I put them all on one tray and left them to cool. And now I'm just going to pop these into a jar, ready for either putting into granola or snack bars, or I do like little snack bags if we're going out for the day. I'll do Tamsin a little snack bag with sort of apple and pineapple and banana and all sorts of little bits and pieces in it, rather than taking, you know, sort of crisps or stuff like that. So all those are going in there. And while I'm doing this, I just wanted to announce the winner of the oven mitts. It is Chocolate Girl 1974. So I will put a comment in the bottom of her message to get her to email me. If Chocolate Girl 1974 can email me at budgetcraftymama@gmail.com with your address, I can then get that into the post to you. So as you can see, they're lovely. Look a bit weird, but they taste amazing. And that was 2 whole punnets of grapes, but they'll go down a treat in Tamsin's granola, or she'll just sit and snack on them instead of having sweets or something like that. She'll just sit and munch on a few of these. So that's how I dehydrate strawberries and grapes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please press the subscribe button and the like button, and also if you could leave a comment, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.